Hi, welcome to The Basics with Dr. Mo. I'm your host, Dr. Mo. We're talking about periods. In particular, we're talking about having sex on your period. Periods are natural and regular in the lives of women. Sure, your period can be inconvenient, it can be uncomfortable, but a curse? Who came up with that? Without it, our species wouldn't exist. I know that there's a lot to consider about periods, supplies, apps, cramps, but here's a question that might not be discussed as much as you would like. Is it okay to have sex when you're on your period? This is what you had to say.
So I personally feel completely fine having sex on my period. Yeah.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, I've done it before. It's not like super, it's not something I like go, oh, I'm on my period, let's have sex. It's just something.
I've never done it.
Sex on the period it feels great.
I don't mind it. I guess that's a secret, but not anymore.
I was always really apprehensive about it, but I actually did for the first time pretty relatively recently, and it actually made me feel really good because I always felt like when I had my period, like no one really wants me. That's like kind of a gross time of the month. Like no one, like why would you want to be with someone like it's like bleeding, and I don't know. It didn't seem too sexy, but recently my boyfriend, I told him I had my period, and then he was like, I don't really care. And I was like, whoa. I just like kind of felt like he really like, I don't know, I felt like a deeper connection, like they actually cared about me, like no matter what my state was.
Everyone has an opinion on this. Sex on your period. Some do, some don't, some will, some won't. There's no biological reason not to. It all depends on you and what you want. Speaking of biology, the next obvious question is, can you get pregnant if you have sex on your period? After all, your period is an acknowledgement that this particular egg did not get fertilized. You're not pregnant. Shouldn't this protect you somehow?
So can you get pregnant when you have your period?
I don't think so.
I have a feeling you can get pregnant when you least expect it. I don't know specifically the science between whether or not you can get pregnant while you're on your period, but I'm going to assume probably yes.
I think you can get pregnant. There's a small chance you can get pregnant.
When you have sex on your period?
Yeah, you can. So you still should use protection.
I think so.
You still can get pregnant if you're on your period. It's like a little bit less likely, but you still can because I think of how long like the egg's there and the sperm lasts and whatever. Yeah.
And the answer is yes, you can get pregnant if you have sex on your period. Why is that? Because sperm can last in a woman's body for up to 5 days.
What?
Yep.
No way.
Yeah.
That is so crazy.
Yeah.
Regular as periods are, sometimes they can be unpredictable. That's why it's that time of the month, not the 23rd of every month. Women aren't machines. Pregnancy can happen if an overzealous egg jumps out of the ovary early, and that sperm is a determined survivor. Whoosh! Pregnancy. Protection during sex, even when you have your period, is key. Yes, you control the future of the species. You can also control when and if you want to have kids. It's in your hands. The other thing to remember is that you can still get a sexually transmitted infection if you have unprotected sex on your period, just like when you don't have your period. As always, I want to give a huge thank you to all of the women who share their stories. We couldn't do this without you.
You deserve to know.
Thanks for watching.
That's my professor.